And welcome back. Well, once again, we did see some interesting temperature changes today. A lot of areas right about average today, but you'll notice in Santa Barbara we were 82, so 11 degrees above where we should be, well off the records. Really nothing substantial there, but the fact that it actually, everybody else was a little bit cooler along the beaches, all because of the wind direction. If we go ahead and put it into motion, you'll notice your current conditions right now, well, the Santa Barbara site just went offline. I apologize for that, but everybody generally in the same zone as far as your temperatures. Goleta, look at that. Everybody, again, in those mid to upper 60s, but we are seeing a little bit of a difference in the wind direction, and that has a lot to do with what happens to our weather, especially on the south coast, and I'll show you that in just a second. But Santa Barbara, the wind's not that strong. Santa Maria, though, they're a little bit stronger, and in these areas right here, they tend to be out of the northwest or onshore. As they come around the San Ynez Mountains, they tend to drop over the mountains, and that's why we get that little sundowner effect, and we tend to be just a tad bit warmer. And that always happens whenever we see this strong onshore flow. Actually seeing a pretty good storm system right off our coast, beginning to move down the coast. It's very dry. This time of year, the systems usually just kind of run in with not a lot of moisture, but it will likely deepen our marine layer the next couple of days. The only area that might be of the exception is the Santa Barbara south coast, where the fog might be a little MIA, all because we're expecting to see that northerly flow, which usually cuts it off and kind of kills it. So that's why, again, we're not really seeing exactly that strong onshore flow in this area. And so tomorrow your temperatures will likely be just a little bit warmer, but as I go up over Point Conception into the San Ynez Valley and then out towards the beaches, you'll notice a little cooler out there, even up to 10 degrees. And again, all because of the wind direction. Whenever we have that little sundowner northerly effect in Santa Barbara, it can really sort of play havoc with the thermometers. Actually, in this case, though, probably a little bit better because we'll be a little warmer there. Oh, hi, tomorrow, 85 at Santa Paula. The Oxnard Plain, likely into the 60s and 70s. A nice forecast there. And as far as the surf, well, there is a little bit of background energy coming up from the southern hemisphere. Not a lot of wave action out there, and even some northwest wind energy as well. And you can see your water temperature slowly eking back up, which is good news for anybody that's jumped in that water the last couple of months. It was pretty cold, so nice conditions there. And you'll notice on the temperature forecast right there, we kind of cool things off as we head into the early part of June. Little June gloom action for just about all of our coastal areas. And then as we head toward the first full weekend of June next week, looks like we start to warm things back up, but no real big shocks to the system in any direction. That area of low pressure is right off our coast, and we'll continue to keep an eye on it as it slowly sort of just mitigates the fog day to day, and it looks like it might weaken just a little bit as we head toward the end of next work week and as we head toward the work weekends, or the new weekend, I should say, and it will likely start to warm back up.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks for that, Sean. Saddle up.